and all other school parent groups about the country, and you must stand united on this and stamp out this frightful assassin of our youth. You can do it by bringing about compulsory education on the subject of narcotics in general, the dread marijuana in particular. That is the purpose of this meeting, ladies and gentlemen, to lay the foundation for a nationwide campaign by you to demand by law such compulsory education, because it is only through enlightenment that this scourge can be wiped out. Out of the traffic in these drugs, a lawlessness that we can scarcely estimate has grown and is now flourishing. It exists in almost every city and hamlet in the country. It might be interesting and important for you to know some of the methods used in bringing these drugs into the country, and the work of the forces of law and order, which are daily combating the traffic, always at the risk of life by their agents. This ceaseless fight against the drug traffic is directed by the Department of Narcotics, Washington. I've received a letter of vital importance from a member of the Narcotics Bureau. I'm going to read this letter to you. My dear Dr. Carroll, the suppression of the use of marijuana and of the forces lurking behind it are the most important jobs this department is now engaged in. At the outset of this letter, there is one vital fact I would like to submit. There is a powerful agency. I speak of the school parent associations of this country, which can be invaluable in stamping out this scourge. Their help, their eternal vigilance, could be the deciding factor in our fight against it. The weed marijuana is grown in every state in the Union. Recently, in the city of Brooklyn, New York, a field of marijuana was found behind a tenement court. The weed was here being cultivated, regularly stripped and dried and sold in schools and at government army posts in and around New York. The dried leaves and berries are ground up and made into cigarettes by a simple hand machine. The deadly narcotic is thus quickly and easily prepared for its market. The sale of marijuana is even more difficult to detect and halt than the traffic in drugs such as opium, morphine, and heroin. They are hidden in fake jewelry cases, in the heels of shoes, women's shoes especially, because the drugs can be secreted in false heels. Hollowed shaving brushes are another medium. Books with false centers are often used. Watch cases are convenient hiding places. The value of drugs thus seized is enormous. Recently, a huge supply of heroin was taken. It was concealed in an apparently harmless shipment of 35 barrels of olive oil. The deadly drug was burned in the incinerator of the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. And more vicious, more deadly even than these soul-destroying drugs is the menace of marijuana. No doubt many of you do not believe that these things do happen, but they cannot happen to you. You may also believe that the facts have been exaggerated. Let me tell you of something that happened right here in our own city. You probably read about it in the papers. However, I'll give you the real facts behind the case. There was an apartment near one of our high schools. It was run by a woman known as May Coleman.
Hey, come on, May, get up.
What time is it?
Time to get up and give this place a going over. Looks like the Marines had landed.
Oh, that bunch last night was high enough to take over the Marines and the Navy.
You better get on the job. Some of the kids may be up this afternoon.
Oh, Jack, we can get along without dragging those young kids up here.
Oh, why don't you button up your lip? Boy's squawking about something. You got more static than the radio. Oh, greetings.
Well, hello, fella. How are you?
Fine, how are you? Come in, come in.
All right, Dick.
Glad to see you.
Is the maid?
She'll be right in. Just sit down and make yourselves comfortable.
Hey, what kind of a joint is this, Eddie?
Oh, it's all right, Gwen. See, they probably had a party last night.
Oh.
A couple of your customers, May.
Yeah? Well, they're old enough to know what they're doing. Not like those young kids you bring up here.
All right, all right. Listen, I'm gonna blow.
Where are you going?
I gotta make some deliveries, and I'll probably drop by Joe's place and bring back a couple of the kids.
Oh, I wish you'd lay off those kids.
Oh, why don't you get over that mother complex?
Oh, by the way, Ralph, I'm sort of getting a little party Saturday afternoon over at my grandmother's. You know, the place with the swimming pool? Like to come?
Thanks, Eddie. Maybe I will.
I'd sure like to have you.
Okay, I'll probably drop over.
So long, Ralph.
See you later.
Hey, Ralph! Hi, kid.
Fine, Jack, and you?
Oh, great. Where you heading?
Oh. Hey, how do you like that? That's the one I was telling you about. Very nice.
I don't know why you want to make such a fuss over that Ralph Wiley.
Oh, he's a swell swimmer. He made the freshman team that year he went to college.
Yeah, and that lets him out. My dad knows his family. None of them are any good. Father and mother just got a divorce from Paris.
Yeah?
You know, Ralph runs around pretty much on his own. He's been in a couple of jams.
Well, I only kind of say hello to him. I don't go around with him.
Well, you better not. He's a little too old for it. That's what my dad said.
Hello, Mary. How are you, Bill?
How are you, Ralph?
Oh, hello, Ralph. You know my brother Jimmy, don't you?
How are you? Swell. I'd like you to meet a friend of mine, Jack Perry. Mary, Bill.
How do you do?
Glad to know you.
We're going over to Joe's place. Why don't you come along?
We have a date to play, a set of doubles.
Oh, you can play anytime. Come on, we'll have some laughs.
Oh, we can't today, Ralph. Some other time.
Can I go along with you? Sure. Hey, I'll see you at dinner, sis.
Don't be late, Jimmy.
I won't.
Why, don't you know him? That's Hot Fingers Brownie.
Boy, he really swings out hot with a mess of jive. You want to dance?
George.
May's expecting us at the apartment a little later.
Any new prospects?
Maybe.
You just finding that out?
Why can't we go now?
Sure. Say, kids, we're having a little party up at my girlfriend's apartment. Wouldn't you like to come? Oh, I'd love to. You want to come, don't you, Jimmy?
Oh, sure. Any place with you.
Well, come along. We can all go in my car.
See you later, Joe.
Don.
It's sweet of you to help me, Bill.
Well, I'll try anything except domestic science.
Why, Bill, don't you want to learn something about running your own home?
The answer is no. You know, after that session we had yesterday, I went home and told Mother that the trouble with her pot roast gravy was she hadn't added 3 heaping teaspoonfuls of olive oil.
What did she say?
She didn't say anything. She just threw me out of the kitchen.
Well, I don't wonder. Hello, children. Hello, Mother.
Hello, Mrs. Lane.
That was sweet of you, Mother.
Gosh, hot chocolate. Thanks, Mrs. Lane.
I know you can't study on empty stomachs. Now then, enjoy yourselves.
He will.
She will too, Mrs. Lane. May I?
Oh, thank you, kind sir. You're so very, very kind.
Mary, before we do that math, how about reading some of this? It's swell.
Romeo and Juliet.
Don't you like it?
Uh-huh.
You know, when I study this, I kind of think of you. I just sort of feel as though you're there beside me. Well, listen. It is my soul that calls upon thy name. How silver sweet sound lovers' tongues by night, like softest music to attending ears.
Romeo,
My dear,
what o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
by the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then.
Well, I'll see you tonight, Mary. Goodbye, Mrs. Lane.
Goodbye.
Goodbye,
So
Bill.
long. Gosh, oh!
Oh, Bill!
Well, I guess I'm all right. Well, bye. Bye.
Hey, Daddy!
Oh, Julie. Well, there you
Hey, Dad, you got anything for me?
Well, there should be
Don't bother your father every night.
Have you?
There you are.
What made you so late, Bill? I was getting worried.
Oh, I had to study, Ma.
He was not. I saw him out walking with his girl. Bill's got a girl. Got a girl.
Ma, make him cut it out.
Junior,
Well, Bill has got a girl.
quiet. And put that candy away till after dinner. Henry, you shouldn't have given it to him.
Well, he has got a girlfriend, and her name is Mary.
Yeah, I'll shut you up.
Bill, Junior, put that carrying on. Junior!
Oh, that's about they're all right there, to be honest.
Mary's little lamb. Mary's little lamb. I didn't mean it, Bill. Honest, I didn't.
Oh, well, what I'm burned up about is that you didn't say Bill had a swell girl.
Gee, it must be love. She'd have to be swell for you to like her.
Uh-huh. Sounds like you want something. Come on, what is it?
Well, it's my model airplane. It won't work. Gosh, Bill, you could fix it. You can fix anything.
Okay, I'll fix it.
Hey, Dad, read me 20 tickets, will you?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Jimmy.
Mary told me to wait and tell her she had to go home. Her mother wanted her to go to the dressmaker with her.
Oh, thanks, Jimmy. Must be getting grown up. I see Mary let you have the car.
Yeah. Can I take you any place?
Well, I wasn't going any place in particular.
Well, then, how about driving over to the show's place with me? I'll buy you a soda.
I never drink that stuff.
Well, gee, I'll buy you something else.
Okay, you're on the hook for 1 root beer.
Well.
Hi, Bill. Hi, Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hello, Jimmy. Hello, Bill. Come on, slide in.
Hello, Blanche.
Hello, Ralph. How are you? Well, Blanche, have you been, Ralph? 2 sodas. No, I mean 1 soda and 1 root beer. How's May?
Oh, she's fine. We're going up to her apartment a little later.
Couldn't Bill come along?
Mm-hmm.
Well, don't come on along, Bill. You'll get a kick out of it. Thanks just the same.
Oh, come on, Bill. Mary won't be jealous.
Well, sure. None of the kids will be there. It's Keen.
Well, I don't know. I really shouldn't. Well, okay.
Hiya, kid. Hello, Jack. What do you say? Oh, yeah, come on in. Come on.
Come on, Bill. Don't stand there. May, this is Bill Harper. He's okay.
Hello.
Well, if you say so, it's all right with me. I'll be back in a minute. Hiya, kid. How you doing? There's a new one in today.
Yeah, Bill Harper. He's all right. Blanche has got herself quite a yen for her.
Not bad. I didn't think she had that much taste.
She knows what she's doing. She's got Ralph nuts about her, and now she's got her hooks up for this new kid.
Say, we haven't any more smokes. You'd better run over and get some.
Why couldn't you find that out when I was here this morning? Now I've got my car in the shop.
Well, what of it? That kid out there, Jimmy, he's got a car. He'll take you. Come on, get going. Hurry up.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah?
I've got to run over to Cedar Avenue for a minute. You've got a car, haven't you?
Well, yeah, my sister's.
Mind giving me a lift?
Why, sure. Come on.
Okay.
No, thank you. Well, here we are. Oh, thanks.
Oh, May, don't forget me.
I never forget you. Oh, here. If you want a good smoke, try one of these. I thought you were a sport. Of course, if you're afraid. That's better. That's more like it. I know you like that. Really, you will. Now just take a puff of that.
Just be a minute, kid.
Hey, Jack, get me a cigarette before you go, will you?
Hello, Jack.
Hi, boss.
How's business?
Getting better every day. Those kids sure go for it.
Swell.
Had to run over for a couple more cartons. Ran short today.
All right. Yanni, pack 10 groats for Jack Perry. Who? Pete Daly. All right, send him in. It's all right, stay where you are.
I want to talk to you.
All right, go ahead. Jack's okay. What's the beef?
Listen, you never heard no beef when I had to sell that rotten gin.
You're after the dough, aren't you?
Yeah, but I don't need dough that bad. taking two-bit pieces from kids.
There are millions of two-bit pieces just begging to be taken. Don't be a dope.
I'm just dope enough to draw the line selling hop to kids.
All right, Pete. You know what my policy has always been. If the boys are not satisfied, I'm always glad to have them retire. Retire permanently. So long.
I only wish you had a couple of kids so I could...
Get out!
All right, Jack, pick up your stuff from down here. I'll be ready by now.
Okay, boss.
Let's go, Jack. I'm red hot.
Better be careful how you drive it. The first thing you know, you'll be ice cold.
Take it easy, kid. Slow down, you'll kill somebody.
Mary, you're not eating your breakfast again. Bill Hartford hasn't been around lately. Anything wrong between you two?
Why should there be anything wrong?
There shouldn't be, I'm sure. And whatever it is isn't serious, I know.
I'm sorry, Mother, for snapping at you like that.
Don't worry about it, dear. Why don't you speak frankly to Bill? He'll be honest whatever the trouble is. I'm sure Bill Harper never lied about anything.
Yes, that's right. Bill's mother says he never lies.
There, you see?
You think it'd be all right if I speak to him about it?
Why, of course. Oh, Jimmy. Sit down, darling, and I'll have your breakfast for you in a moment.
Jimmy, there's something worrying you.
What have I got to worry about?
Why don't you tell me?
Well, for Pete's sake, don't start to cross-examine me, will you? I'm all right.
Jimmy! Don't let Mother see you like that.
There is no doubt that there is an organized gang distributing the narcotic to students, not only in my school, but all over the city. You government men have got to find some way to put an end to it.
Of course, I agree with you, Dr. Carroll. But do you realize that marijuana is not like other forms of dope? You see, it grows wild in almost every state in the Union. Therefore, there is practically no interstate commerce in the drug. As a result, the government's hands are tied. And frankly, the only sure cure is a widespread campaign in education.
Oh, it's all right to talk about education, Mr. Wyatt, but we educators can't do anything until the public is sufficiently aroused.
Let me show you something. In 1930, the records on marijuana in the Washington office of the Narcotics Division scarcely filled a small folder like this. Today, they fill cabinets. All these devoted to marijuana records. Here is an example. A 16-year-old lad apprehended in the act of staging a holdup. 16 years old and a marijuana addict. Here is a most tragic case.
Yes, I remember. Just a young boy. Under the influence of the drug, he killed his entire family with an axe.
Then there is the most vicious type of case. Here, in Michigan, a young girl, 17 years old, a reefer smoker, taken in a raid in the company with 5 young men. Here is a particularly flagrant case.
Yes, I remember. The newspapers made quite a play of it. In West Virginia, wasn't it?
Yes, and there are hundreds of them coming up, new ones every day.
I'd like to take these records, if I may. I feel they would be of invaluable assistance to me in combating the evil in my school.
You're very welcome, Dr. Carroll.
Thank you. Sit down, Bill. There seems to be something wrong. What is it? You were always a fine student. You always had excellent grades.
Well, I guess the work is getting a little harder, Dr. Carroll.
No, it isn't that. Bill, I'd like to help you. But of course I can't unless you let me. You're undermining your health.
Well, there's nothing, Dr. Carroll. Really, there isn't. I'll study harder, honest.
Honest? If you were being honest with me and honest with yourself, I'm afraid you'd tell me an entirely different story. Bill, I'm going to ask you a straightforward question. And I'd like to have a straightforward answer.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it true that you have, perhaps unwillingly, acquired a certain harmful habit through association with certain undesirable people? Well?
Oh, no, sir, I haven't, Dr. Carroll. Well, that is, you see, I'm worried about something at home.
All right, my boy. We'll just have to let it go at that. But remember, if you ever want to confide in me, no one will ever be the wiser.
Well, thank you, Dr. Carroll.
Hello, Mary. You want to play a set?
Thanks, Teddy, but I'm waiting for someone.
Well, if you're waiting for Bill, he hasn't been here for weeks. Didn't take that new kid long to catch on.
Don't take any of them long. Hey, don't you ever get fed?
You're feeding me, can't you see? Give me a knife and a fork, will you?
Get it yourself.
Good morning, miss. We're from the police department.
Good morning.
We're tracing a hit-and-run driver. Someone caught the license number at the place of the accident but didn't get it quite right. So we're checking all numbers like it, and yours was one of them.
Well, I'll try to help you.
You remember what you did on the 29th of last month?
Oh, that was the day before Mother's birthday. Oh, yes, I remember that because I left school and went directly to the dressmaker's with Mother. I was there all afternoon.
Did you happen to loan your car to a couple of men?
No, I had the car all afternoon myself.
Well, thanks, miss. Sorry to have troubled you.
Tell me, was the person killed?
Unfortunately, he wasn't, but that's still no excuse for hit-and-run driving.
here today?
He was in. He went over to May's place. You know where that is.
Well, he was going to wait for me here, so he didn't give me May's address. Are you sure Jimmy didn't leave any message for me? Mary?
No, he didn't. But I guess you're okay. I'll write it down for you.
Mary, come right in.
Is Jimmy here?
Oh, he's around somewhere. I think he went out to take Agnes home, but he'll be right back. Come in and sit down, Mary. Let me take your coat.
Who's the new kid just came in?
Oh, it's that gal that Ralph's gone overboard for. It's funny, we've never been able to get her up here before. Hey, scram, will you? Smoke, Mary?
Thanks. Are you sure Jimmy will be back soon?
Sure, any minute.
Say, what's the matter? Am I an orphan?
Where do you put it? You got a hollow leg?
Thanks, Steve.
How do you feel, Mary? Oh, Mary, give me a
Don't!
Mary.
Don't! Please! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Go away! Go away! Leave me alone! Oh, leave me alone!
Everything's over.
Leave me alone!
Jack, is she all right? dead. May, get him some water. Now listen, you two. I want you to get out of here. Get out of here and forget you're ever in here today. I'll handle this. Now get going. Give it to me. Here.
Harry. Mary. Mary! What happened?
You killed her. Look, after I scram, you call the cops. And this is your story. Remember it. These two kids came up here for a couple of beers. You're up in the kitchen, you heard the shots. When you got in here, that's what you found. Just stick to that story.
Mary! Mary, speak to me. Mary!
I was just talking to a friend of mine. A cop. Sergeant on the homicide squad. The guy you hit that day died.
Died? You didn't...
No. I didn't crack. No, I'm not going to. Nobody will ever know you were driving that car.
Well, thanks, Jack.
Just as long as you keep your mouth shut that you were ever up in May's apartment.
Why, sure, Jack, sure.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'd like to recall Dr. Alfred Carroll to the stand.
Call Dr. Alfred Carroll to the stand.
Dr. Carroll, as principal of the Lakeside High School, did you, during the last 3 months, notice any changes in the demeanor and attitude of your student, William Harper?
Yes, in a number of things. For example, at times disassociation of ideas. In another instance, I happened to attend the recent interscholastic tennis matches. And while Bill Harper had been considered an exceedingly good player, I saw him miss the ball by as much as 3 or 4 feet. This, I understand, could be attributed to the use of marijuana. It causes errors.
Objection, Your Honor. Space. The witness isn't qualified to express opinions upon the effect of narcotics.
Sustained.
Dr. Carroll has been called merely as a character witness.
Well, then, although you didn't know to your own knowledge that the defendant was using marijuana, did you notice any changes that would lead you to believe, as an educator, that he was under some severe mental strain, which might possibly have been induced by some drug?
Yes, I recall distinctly a few weeks ago. It was during a class of English literature. There was a serious discussion of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet when he suddenly burst into an uncontrollable fit of hysterical laughter.
Oh, by the way, Dr. Carroll, 6 months ago, what would have been your opinion regarding the character of my client?
He was a fine, upstanding American boy, a good scholar, a good athlete, and representative of the caliber of young men We are proud to graduate from our school.
Oh, snap out of it, will you? It's not our fault. Why'd I ever bring him up there anyway? He's just a kid. I can't hang him.
Shut up, shut up!
Why don't you let yourself go? Talk. Go off your nut and have me that way, too. It was his own fault, wasn't it?
Shut up! They've got us hidden out, haven't they? The cops can't find us.
Jack, I want to get out of this place.
You're going to stay here as long as we have to keep those two out there undercover. Until the trial's over. The boss gets a better idea.
But they're getting on my nerves.
It can't last much longer. I'm not worried about her. We got to keep him gagged.
Oh, he's about ready to crack.
All you got to do is keep him from having too many reefers.
Any day now, that punk will get hot. He'll probably spill and tell all he knows if he gets a chance.
I don't think he'll get it. I'll see you later.
Where are you going?
I'm going to see the boss.
Hello, Jack.
Hello, boss. What are we going to do about that Wiley guy?
Still jittery, huh?
I don't know what the punk's going to do.
Keep feeding him those hot sticks.
That's what May's been doing. That's no good. I got a hunch that he's due to crack when that Harper verdict comes in. If he's on the tee, he's liable to take a powder on us and blow his topper to the DA.
You mean you think we'd all be better off if he never heard the verdict? Well, what are you waiting for?
You, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have a duty to perform. A duty to yourselves and to our community. Mary Lane is dead. The evidence you've heard at this trial could not have failed to convince you of the guilt of the defendant. By his own admission, he pressed the trigger of the weapon that sent lovely and innocent Mary Lane to a tragic and untimely death. We are not so much concerned about the motives behind the deed as to the deed itself. While the defendant has told you that he saw someone attacking Mary Lane and that his mind went blank from that moment on, the defense has been unable to produce one witness to substantiate that statement. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have heard able men testify at this trial, men who have tried to bring out the fact that the defendant might have become momentarily insane when he fired the shot that killed Mary Lane. But the defense has been unable to prove that he was insane. William Harper was sane when he visited the apartment where the tragedy occurred. He was in the habit of visiting the place. He was sane when he went into a bedroom with another young woman. You've all heard what went on in that room. You heard it from the defendant's own lips. Involved as he was in a tawdry love affair, Mary Lane was in the way. She had found him out. In a moment of anger, he deliberately and willfully killed her. If such deeds are permitted to go unpunished, this community would cease to be a decent and safe place for us or our children to live. I do not believe I have to plead or even demand that you bring in a verdict to punish the defendant for the crime that he has committed against society. You are upright citizens. That is why you were chosen to judge another. And as honest, upright citizens, there is only one verdict which you can find, and that is a verdict of guilty.
This court will be adjourned until the jury's verdict is reached.
I suppose you all feel the same about this case.
he might have been insane when he did it.
No, he wasn't. He knew what he was doing.
But supposing he was insane?
You can never make me believe it, nor anybody else. We'll take a first vote. $11 for conviction, 1 for acquittal.
But there's a reasonable doubt about the boy's sanity. We can't.
No doubt about the fact that he murdered her. He admitted it himself. That wasn't the first time he was there. We gotta make an example before boys like that contaminate all of our children. We can't have every murderer hiding behind the gag that he's insane. Sure, they'd see red before they kill somebody. But whose fault is it? Have you reached a verdict? We have.
The defendant will rise.
What is your verdict? We find the defendant guilty, as charged.
Stop it!
What's the matter with you? Give me the creeps.
May!
What do you want?
Bring me some reefers. They're going to hang him. Blanche, they're going to hang him.
Oh, come on. Get a hold of yourself. Here you are. Quit that crazy laughing.
Where's Jack? I want to get out of here.
They'll pick you up and hang you if you don't pipe down.
I want to see Jack. Jack. I want to see Jack. Jack.
You'd better quiet him. I can't do anything with him.
I've got to see Jack. We can't let that kid hang.
He'll be here. Don't worry, he'll be here in a little while.
I've got to see him. I've got to see him.
Come on, darling. Everything will be over soon. Do you want me to play something for you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Play something.
All right. Come on. Sit down. Honey, give me a smoke, will you?
I know what you want. You want to kill me.
You're crazy. Take it easy, kid. I just want to talk to you.
You'll hang if you don't talk. No. Who hired you and Jack Perry? Are you ready to tell what you know?
Yes.
If we can gain some measure of leniency for my client, she is prepared to enter a plea of guilty and, in addition, turn state's evidence in the case of William Harper.
I regret that this court is not prepared to bargain with justice.
I'll tell anyway. I was there. I saw it. I know who killed Mary. And I'll tell you who killed Mary Lane. It wasn't Bill. It was Jack. Jack Perry. He shot Mary, and then he put the gun in Bill's hand. We were all at the apartment one afternoon, and Mary came in looking for her brother. Bill and I, we'd been in another room. And Bill came in, he caught Ralph with Mary, and they started to fight. But it was Jack who had the gun. He was going to hit Bill over the head with it to make him stop. And then the gun went off. I saw it. I can see it now. It was horrible. And Don't you see, Judge? Bill didn't know he hadn't killed Mary. He was so doped up, they made him think he had. Ralph wanted to tell you, too. Oh, if they'd only let him. But this is the truth, Judge. I'm telling you the truth. After Jack saw the poor thing was dead, he put the gun in Bill's hand. It was Jack's fault. And it was my fault, too. I got all of them to come up to the apartment. I'm just as much to blame. I am. I am.
Do I understand you wish to plead guilty to a charge of fostering moral delinquency in the case of William Harper?
Yes, I'm guilty. I am.
Prepare a statement for signature. And also an order setting aside the jury's verdict in the case of the people versus William Harper. In the interests of justice, I shall direct a verdict of not guilty. Sign here, please. You shall be brought into court on Thursday, the 17th, when sentence will be pronounced. Meanwhile, you will be held as a material witness in the case of the people versus Ralph Wiley. In the hearings before this court today to what I hope will be the final actions revolving about an unhappy and unfortunate case, one whose horrible tragedy will forever remain with me. I am happy to have been enabled, before it was too late, to order the verdict of the jury in the case of the people versus William Harper to be set aside. But, young man, although this court is convinced that to declare you guilty would have been a gross miscarriage of justice, we cannot condone your acts. And we can express only the hope that your experiences may not alone keep you, but thousands of others from the vicious pitfalls of marijuana. Thus, I am ordering you to remain in this court during the next case, so that you will be obliged to witness what you yourself so narrowly escaped. Call the case of the people versus Ralph Wiley.
Bill.
Bill.
Your Honor, in this case, the state waives trial of the defendant, Ralph Wiley. It is convinced that he is hopelessly and incurably insane, a condition caused by the drug marijuana to which he was addicted. It is recommended, Your Honor, that the defendant be placed in an institution for the criminally insane for the rest of his natural life. Defendant's counsel joins the state in this request.
since counsel for the defense as well as counsel for the state seem to agree on this, I see no reason why the request should not be granted.
Yes, that happened right here, to your neighbors. It is not too much to say that in your hands lies the possibility of averting other tragedies like it. We must work untiringly so that our children are obliged to learn the truth, because it is only through knowledge that we can safely protect them. Failing this, the next tragedy may be that of your daughter, or your son, or yours, or yours, or yours.
This is the city of Los Angeles, one of the fastest growing communities in the United States today. A city that still reflects the charm and customs of its native past. A city of culture, of advanced liberal education that keeps abreast of each new generation. A city of progress and tremendous engineering accomplishments. Los Angeles, city of the angels. But like any other city, it has its back alleys, its world of saints and sinners, and the half-world of dark shadows some of them dwell in. The darkest of these shadows is marijuana. In every large city, there are men like Captain Hayes, chief of the narcotic division. His job is to combat and control this evil menace. His fight, a 24-hour one. His weapons, simple but effective, patience and intelligence. Every case history tells the same story, a story that's a tragic pattern of men and women's lives. Cause, marijuana. This harmless-looking cigarette is cloaked in many innocent disguises. But light the match, inhale the smoke, and it becomes an invitation to your own murder. This killer and the man who sells it has no respect for anybody. His victims are any lost soul. It matters not to whom the soul belongs. The seller's method of operation? Simple. Keep the mind from thinking. The mind thinks, the world becomes a real thing, with troubles and problems without the answers. But he has the answer: escape. Sell the dreams people want to dream. Keep them from waking up, because once they do, you're out of business. Of course, the rich can afford to pay more for their dreams. It's a profitable game. And when boredom sets in, heroin, cocaine, opium is always the next step at higher prices, if you live that long. This man has no pride. To lay his hands on an extra $1, he'll set this killer loose on anyone, even your kids who go to high school. You may even know him. His name is Marky.
Oh, Ricky, I'd love to. You would?
Change 5 pennies for a nickel pop?
Be right back, baby. Hiya, Marky.
Shut up, you crazy kid. How many times have I told you not to mention my name?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, you're getting good taste. Wish I was young again. It's gonna cost you $5 tonight.
$5?
That's right. Weekend special. 3 for $5, just for you.
Yeah, but $5, that's all I got.
So tell your old man to double your allowance next week.
No.
Come on, dig. You want it or not? Haven't got all night.
Okay.
Have fun.
Hey, give us some.
Here, have less.
Oh, I'm on a great big purple cloud, and it's real purple.
Hey, you look funny. You've got purple hair. Let's go dance.
Let's go.
Oh, Ricky, look out. There's a car coming.
Watch me give a shave.
Oh, my baby, my baby.
Well, the morgue did a big business. 3 lives. 1 girl never to walk again, if she lives.
Too bad it wasn't the guy who sold them those sticks.
We'll get him, Mason. May take time. When we do, we'll throw the book at him. From all reports, this peddler isn't the ordinary run-of-the-mill. He moves in all circles, from Beverly Hills and Bel Air to the nightclubs along the Strip, from Hollywood and the Wilshire District all the way down to Skid Row. I'm assigning you and Tyne this case. You're going to work as a team. Now, I want this deal handled strictly on the hush side. No pickups, no arrests. We can pull in the users anytime. If we do it now, they may clam up. They talk, their supply is cut off. Our job is to find the main source of supply. Who sells it to the peddlers, how he rolls the stuff in, and where he stores it.
Looks like our vacation is over. Was so nice and quiet in the community, too. Somebody had to go get greedy and start a big push on the stuff again.
But if we blow this deal, boys, all our vacations will be permanent. Well, better get some sleep. This may be our last chance.
The boss was right. Sleep? That was for babies. I went home, dug out my old school books, loaded up my pockets with nickels for the jukebox, and brushed up on my jive talk. Then I played a solo in that malt shop.
Another drink, madam? Me? Oh, I joined the union to wear the uniform. If the customers hadn't been loyal patrons, I think I would have put the owner out of business. I was all hands, about 6. The only trouble was 5 of them didn't function.
Say, Marky, can you let me have...
Sweetheart. I crossed your name off my books. I'm not in business for love.
Well, I can pay you next week.
See me then?
But Marky,
No sense, no more action. We have only 4 more rehearsals before opening. Wait, mes chers. We do not have all day. Address quickly, please.
Hello, Hugo. Find any new talent lately?
Big, you stay away from my girls.
Hugo, you hurt my professional pride. You want them to have rhythm, don't you?
Yeah, pardon, cochon.
Back in a minute, honey. Hello, Marky. I'm awful jumpy today. Are you holding? I've been telling you, Marky, she's a nice kid. She's only working here 'cause she needs the dough. Marky, did you hear what I asked?
I've had my eye on that for a long time.
Lay off, Marky. She's the kind that works to help support her brother, wants him to have a decent education.
Rita, you sound as if I had the wrong ideas. I think education's a wonderful thing. I want to talk to her about it.
I told you, she's a nice kid.
So am I. I like nice kids. That's why I want to meet her. Arrange a party.
Marky,
Make it tonight.
All right.
You're a real sensible girl, Rita. The kind that knows how to keep a good friend.
Oh, Ann, I'm throwing a little party tonight. Nothing sensational. How about coming over?
Well, Bob's coming home from college. Summer vacation. He may be in tonight.
We'll bring the party to you. Really welcome the kid home.
now you kiss me. Now you. I like yours better. Your mustache is tickle. Tickle, tickle, tickle.
Well, the lady really is alive. Had me worried for a while.
Rita always gets fun out of things.
Don't you?
I guess maybe I'm too busy trying to make a living. I help send my brother to college.
Yeah, so I heard. What you need, maybe, is a little education yourself. Learn to relax. Let your hair down. You got a lot of class. Charm. With a guy like me, you might even go places. I know a lot of people. The right kind. You might even call me a sort of Santa Claus. I could turn your life into a nice, big, beautiful sleigh ride. Enough dough to put your brother through college twice.
You make living sound attractive.
Oh, here. Try one of mine. Go ahead. It won't hurt you.
May I have it?
No, Marky. Maybe for somebody else, but not for me.
Oh, what are you worried about? You're over 21. You got a mind of your own. I think you're the type that could take it or leave it.
Hey, fellas! Anne's gonna join the club. Come on, we can't miss this.
That's a good girl.
Don't be a poor sport, Anne. It's fun. You'll love it.
Well, maybe one puff won't hurt me.
Sure, you know I wouldn't steer you wrong.
Oh, no, baby, not like that. Here, try it.
Show somebody else, stupid, not her.
Like this, honey. See? Now you try it. That's the way.
One is like nothing beautiful. Try another.
How am I doing?
Fine. It's a real pleasure, isn't it?
Congratulations. Now you'll start living.
My head is so light it feels like it's floating.
That's because your troubles are all gone. Try another puff. See how pretty the world looks then.
You're so smart, Marky. So smart.
Music. Somebody play some music. I want to dance.
Come on, Rita. That's it. That's for me. That's for me. Come on, Rita. Come on, Rita. Hey, give me I want some too. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, take it off. Come on, take it off. Come on, Rita. That's it. That's for me. That's for me. Come on. Come on, come on. Take it off. Come on, take it off. Come on, honey. Come on. Come on, take it off. That's it. Take it off. Come on. Come
Oh, that energy, beautiful. Let's not waste it dancing.
Sis. Oh, sis. Come on, wake up.
Give me another stick, Marky. Give me another stick.
Come on, who are you?
You're not Marky.
Come on, get up. Now get out.
Now, wait a minute, you.
I said get out. I'm Ann's brother. Anything else you want to know?
I'm sorry. What a night.
Ann. Sis. Ann.
No, Marky. No more. Makes my head spin. Let Rita have it.
Sis. Wake up, sis. It's Bob.
Bob. When did you get here?
Oh, a little while ago.
Well, why didn't you wake me up, silly?
Well, I started to, but you were so sound asleep that I just didn't have the heart to.
Oh, well, how about fixing me up some coffee, huh?
Okay. Coffee coming up.
Well, now that I'm awake, how about a kiss hello?
Hi, sis. Sorry I couldn't get here in time for the party.
Oh, it was nothing. Tell me all about school, Bob.
You bum one of your cigarettes?
Help yourself. What's the matter? Something wrong? Bob, you didn't quit school, did you?
No. But it's something I've been wanting to talk about.
But why, Bob? You happy there? Are you in trouble?
No. No, it's nothing like that. Sure, I want to go on with college. I even had a couple of my paintings on exhibition this semester. But look, I know how hard you work, and I know what it costs to keep me going. What with the payments on the house and everything. Look, you've done so much for me already. It just isn't fair to keep taking away from yourself and giving me. Sis, I'm gonna get a job.
Know the right people. With enough dough to put your brother through college twice. Put your brother through college twice. Know the right people.
Listen to me, Bob. You're not giving up school. Not with your future. I never had a chance for one, but I'm seeing that you do.
But the money. I can't let you do it.
I've made up my mind. Everything will be taken care of.
Anne, who is this Mr.
Who?
I'll go unpack. But who's Marky, and who was it I found on the couch in the living room when I came?
Wait a minute, kid. Slow down. You're throwing questions at me like I was on a quiz show.
I'm sorry. It's just that I was upset coming in like that.
Why don't you relax, Bob? So Ann had a little party. I was there with a few friends. We even hung around waiting for you to come home.
Maybe it's just as well I didn't.
You picked yourself up a cute little imagination since you were home last. Ann works hard trying to put you through college. Figures over that maybe someday you'll make it up to her.
I'm thinking about quitting college. She can't be making more than $60 or $75 a week. Most. How can she do everything on that and live?
Maybe I shouldn't tell you this because it's, well, sort of a surprise. But Ann did say something about a new act, a little specialty routine that's going into a club. It'll mean another $25 a week.
Rita, who's Marky?
A friend, kid. Just a friend.
Stripes become you, Raymond. Must keep you from getting too lonesome for home.
Your jokes are gonna have you laughing yourself to death someday, friend.
What gets you up so early in the morning? Insomnia?
Let's call it ambition.
You shove weeds to those high school kids?
Man's got to make a living these days, Jonathan. With me, a buck's a buck. Take you, for instance. A view overlooking the city, custom-made furniture, different suit 3 times a day. You're a big man, Jonathan. A big man. I was thinking maybe I might be your neighbor one of these days.
You just have to learn to crawl before you can walk, Marky.
Like you did?
Listen, Marky. You pull another deal like this last one, and the narcotic boys will be barking on your tail like a pack of bloodhounds.
That's my worry, not yours. When it comes to being in front of the gun, I am always there. not you.
So I appreciate your loyalty. That's why I trust you, but it's things like this that make it very difficult for the margin man, like myself. It's tougher to roll the stuff in, prices go up.
You're telling me that because of this caper in the news, it's going to cost me more dough?
Let's say $25 a can for each case of fresh, ripely picked tomatoes.
Talk like it was a chain store.
I take the major risks, and it's only honest that I share in the profits.
Well, what can I do? You got me over a case of tomatoes.
Hello? Oh, yes, Miller. When? I had nearly 10 grand riding that shipment. Couldn't you do anything? All right. Just keep out of sight. I'll contact you later.
Trouble, maybe?
Yeah. Miller was hijacked last night, coming in from Arizona. Some other outfit must have gotten wind of it.
Are you sure Miller wasn't the wind? I hear tell he'll hold hands with anybody that'll drop over 50 cents in his palm. Even the cops.
I find out, I'll call you. Return the favor.
Take it out and trade at the old prices.
Raymond, I want you to pay Miller a little visit. Be real sociable. Take him out for an airing.
I'm gonna die! Feel as if I'm walking on air. See nothing to it.
Is it Marky coming?
He had a business meeting tonight.
Male or female?
Money. Say, that's beautiful. Something I'd like to do my ballet to.
My new concerto. We'll get in the mood and start from the beginning.
I'm gonna die! I tell you, I'm gonna die!
What's the matter with you?
I'm gonna die. I know I'm gonna die.
That's the funniest thing I ever heard in my life. He thinks he's gonna die. That's a scream. Hey, before you leave this world, take a drag. It'll get you there faster.
Now I'm in the mood. I wish to be left alone. Thank you. Thank you.
Having fun, baby?
No, of course I am. Kiss me.
No, Aaron. There. There. Open. Open. Open! What's the matter with you? Oh, let's get him over here. That big dope, if he was me, he could float through the hole.
Somebody give him a drag, he'll be okay.
Oh, what a slave driver. We rehearse that number once more. They call a rehearsal so early. Got a comb? No, it's on the side.
Hope Hugo wasn't watching too closely. I was all feet.
It's the longest rehearsal I've ever had. Another minute and I'd have dropped. And how about a lift? Have you got it with you?
I wish I had. But Marky will have something. He'll be outside.
Maybe I should tell you, Marky isn't the easiest man in the world to resist.
I know what I'm doing.
Before you two go, see me in my office.
You, wanted to see us?
Oui.
For weeks now, you've both lumbered about like two elephants. The feet, they never left the floor. The bodies, statues, stones. The face, green masks. Grand guignol, lifeless.
So I shall be brief. You're fired. Go pick up your checks at the cashier.
Why, you...
Please do not excite me.
Let's not waste time telling him what he can do with his job. Come on.
You go, Rita. I'll see you later. Hugo, I'd like to keep my job.
No, absolument no.
But I help support my brother. I send him to college.
Brother, mother, mortgage, farm, mink coat. Always something is being supported. Always somebody is sending somebody someplace.
But the answer is still no. I know this man, Marky. I see what he does to people. I feel very sorry for you.
Save your sympathy for somebody who needs it.
Hi. You're through early today.
I'm through, period.
What do you mean?
Oh, just that I lost one of a girl's best friends. Her job.
So now you got a new one.
Friend or job?
Both. Starting now.
You're the boss, friend.
Like your new job, beautiful?
You'd make a girl like anything, including you.
Why don't you take care of the guests?
All right.
Quiet, everybody, quiet. Music, Professor.
All right, you generous people. You are here to enjoy yourselves, and I am here to see that you do. For your pleasure tonight, we have a special offering. Some people call it madness, others the devil. But if it is the devil, he's helped to send my baby brother to college, hasn't he, Marky?
Collect the dough, sweetheart. Never mind the speeches.
$2 a stick, ladies and gentlemen, $2. One for Marky, one for Annie's brother. Dig into your pocket for that big, beautiful green stuff called money.
Take it easy, Ann. The kid might walk in.
Who's working their fingers to the bone? Annie, that's who. Who'll be the first to cut up a touch with me?
I will.
Bobby, where have you been? Little boys shouldn't stay out so late. Bobby, you're rude.
Now I know who Marky is. And what he is. And you, too.
Blow, kid. Go buy yourself a double malted. Come back tomorrow.
A lead to help crack a case can be a funny thing. Sometimes it doesn't even take much to find. Just someone with enough courage to bring it out in the open. Homicide listened to Hugo's story, then transferred it over to Captain Hayes in the Narcotics Division. It was a simple story, but with tragic implications. A story like so many others from so many people, full of ifs. If only he hadn't been afraid. If only he'd turned Marky in. If only he'd listened to Ann and not fired her. If only Hugo could make a positive identification. You never know. When you least expect things to happen, they happen. From that minute on, Marky started living in a fishbowl. Lieutenants Mason and Tyne had a string on him 24 hours a day. They got up with him in the morning, followed him around like bloodhounds, and put him to bed at night. And sometimes they even went visiting. The boys wound up doing plenty of homework on Marky, and it wasn't long before they started adding to their program. Subject, Ann Lester.
And we've been living with the guy for a week now, Captain. He's a smart boy. Never oversteps himself, never anything out in the open. He's been sticking to the old-timers ever since that high school episode. We can pick them up anytime.
What about his source of income?
No score for us yet, Captain. We, accidentally got into his apartment. Strictly a mistake. The stuff he gets comes in cans. But unfortunately for us, he'd torn off the label. So all we can do is just back and wait till he needs some new stock.
We'll keep breathing on him. We've got two things in our favor, time and patience.
Ann Lester girl, Captain. The one whose brother was a suicide.
What about her?
I've been checking with Alexander down at Homicide. There's a gimmick behind that deal somewhere. All through the coroner's inquest, she kept repeating, "It's my fault, it's my fault." That's all they could get out of her. She's been on the habit heavy ever since, with Marky's help.
You pick him up if he passes, it may blow the works. You don't, Marky'll have that girl turning cartwheels.
She's young and attractive, Captain. You can't tell how much Marky's poured out his little old heart to her.
All right, boys, put the bite on him.
You got him, boss.
Rita, come on.
Relax, boys. I'll be with you in a minute.
Relax, she says. I'm 3 years older since she went in to put on her hat.
Friend, never rush a woman in anything.
Took you all this time to put that on?
I had her curl my feathers. Like it? It's a present from you.
You're welcome. Now that the fashion show is over, where are we going?
I thought we'd see Ann. She's having a rough time. Blames herself for what happened. She's pretty bitter.
Can we console her and cut up a touch, too?
Maybe.
Hello. It's Ann, Marky. Oh, I've got the shakes bad. Rita's coming over. But it's you I want to see. Thanks, Marky.
Get going. Turn right at the next intersection.
What'd you do, get lost?
Just keep your pants pressed under that wheel, bright boy.
Look, friend, I'm a big boy now. I like to go riding with girls. I've got an appointment to keep.
That's right. With Mr. Trainer.
Well, in that case, how can I argue?
Then my tire went flat and I lost them. If Tang can pick me up, we'll move in on the girls' house. They may have been headed that way. Okay, boss, we'll keep in touch with you.
You come along just like a trained seal, Mr. Trainer.
What happens, Jonathan? Do I wind up in Santa Monica Bay like Miller?
You worried, Marky?
Yeah. I never learned to swim.
You won't have to. There's no water where you're going. Arizona.
Nice dry air of the desert. Good for the health.
I want you to roll some stuff in. Only this time, I want to be the only one who knows where you're going.
I guess nobody ever told you, Jonathan. I'm an orphan.
Just curious about somebody's big sister, that's all.
I wouldn't stay awake at nights thinking about it. I got other plans for the big sister. What do I do?
Well, there's a little garage just beyond Ela Bend. When you get there, stop and have your tank filled with gas. You'll also have a slow leak in your spare tire. Have it changed. The serviceman will know what to do.
It's pretty clever, Jonathan.
When you get back, call me. I'll have Raymond meet you.
About that gas, do I fill up with ethyl or regular?
No, Marky plays better than you do. Say, I wonder where Marky is. That's him. Who are you?
Narcotic squad.
I'll take that one, chum.
Get back with the others.
You're making a mistake. We just dropped in.
You'll have a chance to explain it downtown. Where's Marky? I asked you where Marky is.
I don't know anybody named Marky.
Don't make it tough on yourself.
Never heard of him.
Why the cover-up?
Like every room had a for rent sign.
I guess Marky had more important places to go.
What about the girl?
Still cutting her baby teeth. Hasn't learned to talk yet. Okay, it's a nice sunny day. Let's all go get a little fresh air.
Won't you sit down?
Any law against standing?
That's your privilege. This may take some time. I'm sure you will find that more comfortable, Miss Lester.
What am I, under a microscope or something?
You know you will be turned over to the police and charged with violation of the narcotics law.
So my name will be in the papers, the courtroom will be crowded, and when I get out of jail, no one will care.
Miss Lester, why did your brother kill himself?
That part of my life is my business. Keep out of it.
But your future life isn't, Miss Lester. That's ours. Whether we stay in it or not depends on you. Believe me, we're only trying to help.
I don't need anybody's help. I can take care of myself.
None of us is infallible. We all make mistakes. The secret is caring enough not to want to make another one.
That means Marky.
I told you before, I don't know anybody named Marky.
We do, Miss Lester. You have any idea what sticking to a man like that will mean to you? The Markeys in this world aren't very human, Miss Lester. They use people to get what they want out of life. And when the people are no longer useful to them, they walk away from them. By then it's too late. You're destroyed.
Nothing like that will ever happen to me.
That's an old story to us, Miss Lester. It happens without your even knowing it. They all start out the way you have. It seems fun. You get your kicks out of life. You forget your troubles. But the troubles are still there, so you try something else. Morphine, opium maybe. And there's always a Marquis around with a smile and a helping hand. Then he takes the stuff away from you because it costs money to get. But by that time, you can't stop. So you have to pay for it in many ways.
I don't believe you.
This girl was 23 when this picture was taken a year and a half ago. Would you like to meet her?
Matron.
Take another look. You wouldn't believe it was the same girl, would you? There's no hope for her anymore.
You're just trying to frighten me.
Have the car brought around. Maybe I can change your mind. Hello, Gladys.
What do you want, copper?
Just want you to meet someone. We've known Gladys a long time. Haven't we, Gladys?
The feeling ain't mutual.
Do me a favor, will you, Gladys? Show her your arm.
What is this? A beauty contest?
Come on, sweetheart. You should be used to it.
Okay, boys. Take a good look. Enjoy yourselves.
That's what happens when you take the needle. All right, let's go. This is where Gladys lived. It's what happens when you get down to boots and shoes. When every penny goes to fill a needle or syringe. Here's where Gladys will eventually wind up. Take a look. You're safe. They're always safe on the outside of a psychopathic ward. Go on, take a look.
Because I didn't say anything to them. I didn't.
This is the end of the road, Miss Lester. When you get to this stage, there is no other world.
This girl was lucky. She committed suicide. She, too, knew a Marquis. Her name could have been Ann Lester.
Could have, but it wasn't.
Not much fun, was it, Miss Lester?
You seem to think it was.
What you saw was your future. We want to save you and all the others from one like it. Help us and you help them.
Very touching.
We're after the man who supplies Marquis. That's our only chance.
If I ever get around to meeting him, I'll call you and introduce you.
Too bad you didn't think of that 2 weeks ago. Your brother might be alive today.
All right, the floor show's over. What are we waiting for?
Send the matron in.
Yes, sir.
Take her away.
She'll crack.
And Ann Lester, along with the others, pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 60 days in the Los Angeles County Jail. This was a new world, strange, bewildering, a little frightening. The new look exchanged for a drab one. A number instead of a name. A picture to mark her for future identification. For the next 60 days, this was to be her home, her life, her future, or the end of it, with nothing to keep her company but 4 bare walls, a window, and cold steel bars. 60 days and every day the same. Up when darkness dies, to bed while it's still day. The same monotonous routine. The same thoughts, bitterness, remorse, the feeling she killed her brother, but too ashamed to admit it even to her own self.
So Bob is dead, and you killed him. The only thing you ever really loved. You took and destroyed it. He was so young, and you never gave him a chance to live. He's dead, and you killed him. You killed him. Kid killer. You're a kid killer. Woo, woo! Kid killer. Kid killer. Kid killer. Kid killer.
60 days and 60 nights of the same thing eating its way into her heart and mind. Every face seeming to look at her the same way. Every voice accusing her of the same thing.
Kid killer.
Kid killer.
Kid killer.
Kid killer.
Kid killer. Kid killer.
Kid killer.
Kid killer. Kid killer. Kid killer. Kid killer. Kid killer. Kid killer.
Kid killer. Kid killer.
Kid killer. Kid killer.
Oh, no, it isn't true. It isn't true.
What isn't true? You better calm down. You'll wind up in psycho. Are you all right, Anne?
Yes, of course.
Every day it was the same. And the nights became living nightmares.
Kid killer.
Kid killer.
Kid killer.
Kid killer. Kid killer.
Kid killer.
Kid killer. Kid killer. Kid killer. Kid killer.
mind can only stand so much conflict and turmoil within itself. Ann Lester was no different than anyone else. Transferred to the county jail hospital, she was given a chance to rest and receive proper treatment. Then other things began to disturb her.
You sure nobody's been here to see me?
Nobody. And I've seen lots of girls like yourself come and go. First, it's 60 days. Then it's 6 months in and 6 months out. If you add it up, it becomes half a lifetime.
The Markeys in this world aren't very human, Miss Lester. They use people to get what they want out of life.
A guy like me, you might even go places. I know a lot of people, the right kind.
And when the people are no longer able to serve their purpose, the Markeys walk out on them.
You might even call me a sort of Santa Claus. I could turn your life into a nice, big, beautiful sleigh ride.
By that time, it's too late. You're destroyed.
This should be a big day for you, Ann. What's so big about it? That after 50 days in the snake pit, you finally open the doors?
Well, now that you're out, what are you going to do?
Me? I'm going to the beauty shop and try to look my age again. Then I'm going to take a bath. Think the smell of this place will ever come off of me?
Welcome home, beautiful.
Hello, Marky.
You must have been a good girl getting those 10 days off.
How else can a girl act in a snake pit like that?
We have a lot to talk over. 50 whole days.
And nights.
That is a real noble thing you did, not talking. I appreciate it. And a friend I do business with appreciates it, too.
I didn't do it for him, for you, for nobody else but little me. I've got lots of life to make up for. The only thing I'm interested in from now on is money.
You learned a lot in 50 days.
That isn't all I learned. I may even be able to get my hands on some of that money. Big money, Marky.
What'd they do? Let you out at night to roam the streets?
No. I decided to become real domestic. Stayed home every night. Meet lots of people. The profitable kind.
Well, it's very interesting. What's the pitch on this?
Skip it. I'll work the angle myself. Compared to this deal, you're fooling with nickels and dimes. There's a certain party here from the East, fronting for a big syndicate. At the moment, they're looking to tie into some of that stuff. But I don't think that's the real purpose. I think they're planning to open a branch office.
That's a big mouthful.
I got it from the mouth the words were put into. The gentleman's girlfriend. She became my roommate.
I don't think my man in the front office is going to like that.
He may not have anything to say about it.
Maybe we should arrange an introduction.
I said forget it.
Simmer down, little girl. We're partners, remember? Could arrange for me to meet this party. Then I might convince him to do business with Traynor.
From the way my roommate spoke, her friend was trained to take, not ask.
You introduce me. We might all get in on the taking.
I'll call her. She's got the influence.
I don't usually talk business at this late hour, but who am I to turn a deaf ear to an honest deal? Since you are my guest, Mr. Gabriel, wouldn't you be more comfortable without your hat?
I like it with my hat on. Keeps the draft out of my head.
What's the proposition, Mr. Gabriel?
Please, Marky.
How do I know I can trust you two? I know. She took a rap with a couple acquaintances of mine. The dolls I know don't give the nod unless it's on the level.
I wouldn't have suggested coming here unless I knew the trick could be turned, Mr. Gabriel.
Okay, sister, you say so. But you blow the deal and Mr. Romero won't like it.
Romero?
You heard the name right. Right on top of the table. Backed by cash on the line. With delivery of merchandise. 75 grand. The cash isn't hot, Mr. Trainer. We keep it in the deep freeze. You can take it to any bank.
I apologize for my thoughts, Mr. Gabriel.
That's all right, I understand. When you lay down with dogs, you get up with fleas. Now, what about the stuff?
Excuse me. Hello? Yes? Uh-huh. Well, this rather upsets me. Are you absolutely sure? All right. Forgive me. My butler and right-hand man, Raymond, he's been down taking a little inventory at the warehouse. I was hoping to supply you without any delay, but now it seems I don't have that much stuff on hand at the moment. Give me 12 to 18 hours and I'll deliver. What do you say, Marky?
Maybe sooner. Where do I pick up?
Well, I'll call you. We'll go together.
I'll be waiting. See you around, baby. This deal works out, the boss may give you a nice present.
Make it a mink coat.
You roll the stuff in, this'll be in your pocket tomorrow.
I want to see you. Alone.
Wait out in the hall, beautiful. Some things are private. You don't mind.
Just as long as they pay off.
Tomorrow night this time, we'll be celebrating.
What's my cut?
We split 5 grand.
It's gonna be lonesome driving all the way wherever you're going alone.
You make it tough for a man to stay honest.
Who's more important, Trainer or me? Who brought in the deal? And who's your partner? Marky, you should do a little more thinking about yourself. What's happened to your ambition? The things the Trainer has and you want.
What are you driving at?
Your ambition. And my lack of conscience, we may get a few connections. Where are we going?
Arizona. I think I've been underestimating your talents.
Hello, Raymond. It's getting a bit chilly waiting around for you.
You should have dropped dead from pneumonia.
Yeah, now I remember. It was in Chicago about 5 years ago. I was on homicide. I picked you up just when you were about to give Big Sam a bath in a tub of concrete.
I don't forget you, Mason.
Please, Raymond, the name is Gabriel. Mr. Gabriel. You know, your boss and I have just made a deal. I'm about to take over his warehouse. Since I'm a stranger in town, maybe you'd better show the way.
And just when I was leaving, these jerks drove in with 2 truckloads of canned tomatoes. But the real ones. Yeah, I'll be here all night unpacking and counting this stuff. Okay, Trainer.
Nicely done, Raymond. You missed your vocation. You should have been an actor. But then they do put on plays where you're going, don't they? Shall we start? cozy little place you got here.
I'd say it has its good points. Raymond. Raymond.
My boss will never forgive me anything goes wrong with this setup.
We all have to take our chances, Mr. Gabriel. What fun would there be in winning if we didn't? I thought I told you to leave her out of this.
You're thinking for too many people, Jonathan. Whatever she's in, I'm in. We're partners on this deal.
Settle your problems on your own time. I'm here for business.
Hello? Yes? Go ahead, please. Hello? Yes, this is Trainer. Thank you very much. I appreciate your calling. That was Mr. Romero, Mr. Gabriel. Only he doesn't know any Mr. Gabriel.
What is this?
Why don't you ask her? It was she that dreamed up Gabriel.
That wasn't a very nice thing to do.
Keep him covered.
Get him out of here. Come on.
Thanks, Anne, for all your help. I don't think we'll have to worry about filling in this blank space with another picture of you.
No, Captain. But it's you I have to thank, and Lieutenants Mason and Tyne. It hasn't only been my fight alone, but everybody's.